Good day and welcome to your darling station, Poly TV, Ilaro. It's a beautiful brand new week. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm sure you had a very fantastic weekend.
My God. I was able to relax very well.
Okay.
From the hustle and bustle of last week. It was terrible.
It's obvious from your face and your outlook.
What is obvious in it?
Is this green? Is it green?
I don't know.
This is green now, color green, right?
It is
You're
good.
representing Nigeria.
Oh, but I don't have any iota of white on my.
Well, I'm wearing the white, so I'm complimenting the Nigeria, the green, white, green.
That is lovely.
All right, so welcome to your darling station, Poly TV, Ilaru. And I'm sure you had a very fantastic weekend.
My name is Femi Afolabi, and I bid you welcome to the studios of Poly TV Ilaro. It's a brand new week, and we are here again, at least to serve you that your menu. We call it Poly TV Show. On this segment, as soon as we finish this rundown of the segments that encompasses the program, we will have the newspaper review and analysis with Samuel, and of course, Mr. Simon is waiting very close by to hit the set, at least to complement that segment that we usually bring to you. And after that, we'll have a discussion with somebody that says arts is life. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be very entertaining. And of course, musicals will complete what we do to you on a daily basis. Samuel.
Join me as I have Mr. Simon Fakeye on the newspaper review and analysis. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're on to the segment of the Poly TV show, newspaper review and analysis. And I'm Samuel Olaniyo. I'll be having a very wonderful, a regular face on the program, Mr. Simon Fakeye, to join me and look at various happening across Nigerian national daily. And this morning we'll have a whole lot of papers with us. We have The Punch, we have The Guardian, we have The Nigerian Tribune. We also have Daily Trust newspaper. Mr. Simon Fakeye, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you here.
So how was your weekend?
As usual, it's fine. I mean, considering the present economic situation in the country, so we just have to thank God for everything.
Was there anyone very special or something you went for?
For some of us, it's too early. We have school fees and all of that to pay.
So who can wait?
I just have to wait.
All right, so let's get straight to business this morning. We're going to be starting with the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper. And on the very front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, it says 2027 battle. Kano earthquake as Yusuf dumps opposition for APC. NNPP senator attacks federal government over Kano's governor's defection. PDP, ADC order slam move as moral collapse, not political gain. We've been having those reports in the media for the past few weeks concerning the defection or the supposed defection of the Kano State governor. And as it stands now, I think today is officially joining. We saw some video clips over the weekend where he was removing the flag of the NNPP in his office. Yes. And so, do you think this is a gain for APC? Because considering the fact that when you have too many people in a ship, there's every tendency that the ship will collapse. What's your take on this?
Well, I differ. I don't want to agree with that. You know, this is not about the people on the steering. No. Yusuf is not coming. I'm sorry, Governor Yusuf is not coming to drag the steering with them, the leadership of the party. No, he's coming as a member. So yes, we have a lot of them decamping. And as I will always quote, the president has said he wouldn't like to discourage anyone from coming in. He will rather encourage the opposition to sit tight. So, per your question, no, the campees are coming to be part of the party, the ruling party, which is good for them. Yes, the only fear we can have is what I think some scholars have ruled out, that maybe Nigeria is driving at one-party system, and it is not. So for those in the ruling party, it is a plus for them. For Yusuf, the governor is old enough to know what is good for him. And for whoever followed him, I think they've think twice about it. They have meditated, and for them, that is what is best. So as for the political terrain in Kano as it stands, is hot. Yeah, the governor's decision has heated up the polity. I don't want to say unnecessarily, because he has made his decision. His godfathers, either one or two, are not happy. But that is what the governor desired, and he has done it.
And that's politics for you.
Yeah.
All right, still on the Punch newspaper. Discos rejects federal government free meter plan. Discos rejects federal government free meter plan. And when I look at the story, I discovered that the Minister of Power, that's Mr. Adelabu, spoke over the weekend. I was saying that no disco should request customers to pay any fee for meter installation, as well as also the purchase of the meter. That there's this plan from the World Bank, for free meter. But the discos they retaliated and said, no, that's just a political statement. You cannot say the meters are free. How about the installers? Who is going to pay for them? So I don't know. I feel, and from my own understanding of, there's this plan about free meter where you get to pay for the meter, and over the course of, I think, 2 or 3 years, they will refund or reimburse the amount you've paid. I don't know, but they are saying it is not supposed to be free. Government is saying it is free. So what is your own view on this?
Well, I will agree with the discourse.
Okay.
Though not advertising for them, I'm not saying this in their favor, because as a business entity, they are not delivering their services up to expectation.
Exactly.
But the fact remains that they are not to fund or pay for installation. If there's going to be any installation as to the free one that the UN is saying, somebody must be responsible. This is a skill that has to be paid for. So it's either the government or the UN. Let somebody be responsible. You see, the day I retrace my thinking about this issue of power supply is when I realized, I think it's one of their staff told me that when you buy your phone, do you expect the service provider to pay for your SIM?
Okay.
No.
No.
You pay for it yourself. At the same time, when your phone develop problem or develop fault, you repair it and pay for workmanship.
Okay.
The same thing applies to electricity or power supply. These people, there are sections. We have power distribution, power generation, power this and power that. So each section has its own responsibility. The responsibility of DISCO is to distribute. Now that they've distributed, are they the one to pay for that measurement, the equipment that we measure what you use? So if government is of that masses support, let them provide fund for it so that the DISCO will not. You mentioned that there was an arrangement that when they install it free, then they should charge. The DISCO will be deducting the money gradually. That won't pay us. Who determine the actual amount? Who determine the instrumental, how to pay it, when it is going to end? So that will create a lacuna or lapses for exploitation. So I don't support it. Let individual pay for installment, because this installation it will be done by skilled workers, a trained maybe electrician or whatsoever.
Not government.
Not government.
Okay.
So, and that person will have family to take care of and all of that.
All right. Over to the world of Vanguard newspaper. On the front page of Vanguard newspaper, 2026 UTME, JAMB cancels concession for albinos. This report, according to Vanguard newspaper, when I checked it, I saw that some candidates, according to the JAMB registrar, they said some candidates use, I think, AI to alter, during registration, to alter their face so they look like they are albino. So on getting to the JAMB center for the exam, they get special, and they are, oh, you are not albino, how come? So, but don't you think this is unfair to those who have this challenge, actually?
As Yoruba will say, when a road ends, then another one opens. To what extent that is practical, I'm not sure. But all I know concerning this issue is that there should be a mechanism that should be set up to assist those albinos, the real one, even counterfeit. It's a matter of what is the problem. Do they have challenge seeing the screen, or there is a radiation or whatever that is affecting them, their sight? So the government should look into it and see how scientifically it could be solved or resolved.
Okay.
So that will now be provided for albinos. Whoever pretend not to be albino, when he's faced with that special screen, he will know what will happen to his sight. So you won't tell him to go to step aside or not. So instead of creating a special,
provision
for them, this thing was obtainable in Nigeria, in our military for some years. That if you're applying, there are some states that because of their height, because of something, so they have that a kind of special program for them. But it affects even the nation. The same thing goes with academic, what can I put, relief for those our brothers in the north. I'm happy that in recent times, some northerners have come out to say this thing is not helping them. It's even creating a kind of substandard in the educational sector. So the issue of the albinos, I would suggest that the JAMB or government should go scientific. Study the challenge they are facing, the problem then provide solution so that it won't be a special center or special program for them.
All right, still on the word of Vanguard newspaper. It says, again, bandits abduct 6 Kajuru residents. I think over the midnight, we had a report just yesterday that bandits again, went to Kajuru and then abducted 6 residents. I think, to me, it's really appalling in this report of abduction, kidnapping, and when do you think this will stop?
Well, yeah, I would pray. As a country of prayer warriors.
With too many churches and mosques.
Yes. We pray it will end sooner. But in reality, it may not. The simple reason is that we lack what is needed to provide adequate security. This Kajuru or whatever, there's this limited service or network coverage in those areas.
Yes.
How do you trace them when there's no network? Again, with the fact that most of the residents, some of the residents have compromised, maybe out of fear that they will be traced if they release information ahead for the security operatives. But there are factors that are making it difficult for security operatives to really perform. I'm not trying to shield them, no. But the fact remains that Nigeria does not have enough when it comes to providing security for its citizens. Because how do you expect, recently 177, 11 escaped, we have 166 in their camp, now another 6. They just came in, marched them out like that. In those areas, when you look at it, network will be a problem and other factors responsible. I hope our security operatives will do their best to ensure that this issue of incessant kidnapping stop, because it can't help us, and it's portraying the country negatively among the Committee of Nations.
Okay, thank you for that insight on that story. And straight we move to the world of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper. I have a very exciting story. It says, suspected drug traffickers open fire on custom in Ogun. 2 officers injured. I think we stay in a very close border town, Ilaro, and then I think similar things have been reported in the past. For you as a person, what is your take on resident? Because when you have custom opening, this time around, the other way around, not custom opening fire. Now we have the suspected traffickers opening fire? And what is the fate of those residents of that particular town in such a time like this?
Maybe I can understand where you are heading to with that question. Let's address that. The issue of custom open fire on residents. I'm a dwellers or inhabitants, one of the residents in the borderlands, and I understand it. I do tell our people, what you are doing is illegal. And whatever charm, whatever power you are given, or you promise that will protect you, never face or confront someone who have license to shoot. Regardless of the potency of that ogun or charm, you don't confront somebody who has been authorized, who is being paid to shoot at anything. That is one. Then secondly, when these guys create this problem in the bush, they won't stay in the bush to face the customs. They would rather run to the main city and start shooting. The customs, who might have been overwhelmed, we want to protect himself by straight shooting or whatever they call it. And before you know it, it's hit on innocent residents. Then they said custom has killed. When you know you are so powerful that a gunshot cannot affect you, that cannot hit you, why can't you stay in that bush and confront them? Having known that what you are doing is illegal. So I don't want to dwell much on that. My point is, let us discourage these hoodlums who think that by injuring or killing custom is the best way to go. Some of us have friends,
family,
relatives among them. So will you pray that somebody, a smuggler, should go and kill your brother? So we don't pray for that. So that is on that. Then on the issue of this recent issue, this attack, it's unfortunate. These are not smugglers this time around. But that, according to the report by the PRO, they were armed drug traffickers.
Yeah,
Suspected, yes, suspected. So it is so unfortunate, and it is not encouraged, because we know the level of damaging and destruction that hard drugs do to our people. So it is not encouraged, and by that level of operation, by which they created, they mounted 9 barricades to disallow the customs to move or to escape. It's so bad. So it is not encouraged. The traditional rulers, the community leaders, I think it is a call on them to ensure that they encourage their youths to be gainfully employed. Farming is a good business if they think they cannot go to school or pursue another thing. So they should desist from attacking government officials or security operatives.
All right, still on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, there's a story still from Ogun State. Awujale, Council of Otumba say no law prohibits others from contesting stool. There was a report, I think over the weekend, that once you are titled to a title chief or an Otumba, then you are barred from becoming or ascending to the throne as Awujale. What is your own take? Do you think this is? I think the Council of Otumbas come together and they said this is not true. That's not the case. But what is your own sense on this story?
I'm not so fast in the traditional, especially the newly passed traditional rulers bill.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether it is included, but I think I heard it some years ago that there are some chieftaincy title, especially traditional ones, that may not be allowed to contest. But things have been modernized. We are now Gen Z's age or whatever. So apologies to the kingmakers. Yeah, if they say that it won't disturb anybody, fine. I don't see reason why it should. Being an Otumba, apologies to. So they should just ensure that traditionally they do the needful. We all agree, and we agree that by now, kinship selection is not necessarily by what it used to be. It is now being determined by the governor's interest. We have seen it, and our people also have weakened the system, because in recent days the nomination has not been coming from the within, rather Canada, America, UK. That is where the FAS will go now and pick our new Obas. So it's unfortunate we don't have most of them being picked from in Nigeria. So these are the factors. The issue of the Otumbas raising their voice now. You know, these Otumbas are elite. They are wealthy individuals. So they may want to
support their own.
But whichever way, we all should ensure that we do it the way it should be.
Okay.
Those who have nothing to do with this, they should stay away. This is traditional thing. If you are so religious, please stay clear. That is my own opinion.
All right, thank you for that. Over to the word of the Guardian newspaper this morning. The Guardian newspaper from Oyo State. We're going to take these two stories from Oyo State, okay. And the very first one is about the governor. You can't speak truth to power under Tinubu, says Governor Makinde. Over the weekend, we saw pictures of his visit to the to the president at Aso Rock, and then we didn't know what transpired between the governor and the president. But obviously, 2027 in focus. I also saw a video online where he said he missed the former vice president. I don't know if you saw the video. That's Osinbajo. Okay. And we were like, oh, really? Why the romance now with with the former administration? Are you trying to take a jab at Tinubu? But as it stands now, we don't know where Makinde really belongs to. We don't know what exactly he has in mind concerning 2027. But he's saying you can't speak truth to power under President Tinubu. Maybe according to him, the former administration you could actually speak truth to power. What's your take on this?
Well,
the Governor Seyi Makinde, personally, I love him. I know of one of his secondary school mates who have related good things about him for me. And recently, the man retired as a PS in Ogun State, and he said the governor promised to come. And he sent the chief of staff. I was there. So, no. But in this case, it's a political statement. And as Yoruba will say, Oroya been coming me. So what is this all about, that the government under President Tinubu, you can't speak truth to power? There's a truth that is being expected from the governor himself. I'm not trying to defend Mr. President or his cabinet. There was this allegation of some billions of naira for the victims of disasters, and that the governor said some of it were in safe, something like that. And so Nigerians would like to know the truth about that. How much is the billions? Have the victims been paid? Have they collected what they deserve and all of that? So concerning this statement, is a political statement. Either the governor is trying to prove a statement to the opposition members that yes, they are in charge, they are not supporting the government, or he is preparing for 2027 that yes, opposition can allow you people to say whatever you like. The opposition, the government of his, the party which he belongs, will allow fake news, propaganda, defamation that is trending by various bloggers and untrained journalists. Maybe that is what Governor Seyi Makinde is saying. But as far as I'm concerned, being in this profession, journalism, I want to say that this government has witnessed the most ridiculous defamation and propaganda. And it can't continue. Yes, it has to be checked. When you are alleging or accusing anybody, please come with facts. You don't just stand up or sit down or start saying what is not about someone else and you are claiming free speech. I don't support that. Yes, it's not good. So if Mr. Governor has a truth to be told, let him say it with facts. Not that he will say the government will not do. And maybe he has discussed with Mr. President about certain, maybe he's expecting a fund to be, maybe the president is now saying there's no money, all of that. I wouldn't know. But the fact is that, to my understanding as a journalist, this government should not allow defamation, propaganda, fake news to trend. No, it should be stopped.
Okay.
When you are saying anything, please come up with facts.
All right.
Prove it.
Thank you for that. And finally, on the Daily Trust newspaper, just for like 2 minutes, I want to have your take on the story. It says 2027, dropping Shetima, risky for APC. That's coming from the Minister for Arts and Culture, that's Honorable Musawa. What's your take on this? Just
I
1 minute.
think there was a news like this last week that proposed some names for the Northerners as the vice president. No, the president may decide to retain the incumbent vice president. The geopolitical zone, the Northerners, may decide to change or to retain. But if they want to, they have options, to me, better ones. But if, from where the vice president comes from, they can retain him. Going by the antecedents of what Nigerians experienced during the previous government, led by late former President Muhammadu Buhari, I think most of the presidents and other were from Fulani origin. The incumbent vice president is a Kanuri man. So maybe this is an opportunity for the Kanuri also to have a taste of dividend of democracy over the years. You remember that during the MKO issue, the vice president, the supposed vice president was a Kanuri man. Exactly. And since then, they have not been allowed. And they are the majority in that area. Maybe, I mean, I stand to be corrected, maybe they own that region. But because of this Hausa Fulani dominancy, that is my understanding. There will be church change. So this is their time. But if the majority prefer from the north that they want another one, President Tinubu should weigh his options.
Tread carefully.
The party should weigh their options. I don't see any problem. If they change him, they are likely, the 2027 is likely to favor them. If
whether they change him or not. Exactly. I want to thank you, Mr. Simon Fakayi, for coming on the program today. Thank you for your time. And I hope when next we call you, you always answer.
Well, this is our Polytechnic television.
Exactly. The very first of we kind in Southwest. All right. So we hand over to Femi Afolabi for a special interview section with the Dean of School of Art and Design. Enjoy it. We'll be right back.